Good morning, everyone. Here we are on a Friday again. The week is already gone. How is it going? I thought let me just start the stream ASAP. Um, Last day of the week. We're almost at the end of the month. We have one more week to go. Next week is going to be more interesting because we've got FOMC coming. But yeah, let's have a look at what to expect today. So we went all the way, we had a Tuesday high, right? And then we just went lower since Wednesday. Tuesday high here. And as you can see, Wednesday did not go higher here, and we just, since Wednesday, have been going lower. Yesterday, they did not give that short easily. They really messed up. A lot of people made them test their patience. It was a very obvious short, but in those situations, they never give it easy. So you have to be prepared for that. Most of the times, you have to wait until after 11 o'clock. And it start running after 11 o'clock. I just wasn't interested because it's just, it wasn't really that large of a move. It was a short, but it was just, I made 90 points, opening range gap trade before 9:45, and I was sort of done. I gave a little bit back because I thought, look, let me try a little bit. But then I was like, ah, forget about it. I have to also train yourself being happy with the easy trade and just, you know, shut everything off. Or maybe you can watch, but just don't trade anymore. Anyone, did you guys trade Asia? How has Asia been today? I actually want to position myself long now. I think it's still we're gonna go short, but I think we might go a little bit higher first before going lower. So I want to maybe position myself somewhere here now. So I'm sort of waiting to see if it's showing me that it wants to go higher from here again. Why? Because we still have a fair value gap above us, and I think we might go first here and then go lower. But then again, we also could go lower first. So I'm just watching this area for now. But yeah, I'm just watching how we're going to behave here and then see maybe if I want to position myself. I might just start with a paper trade though. I haven't been looking at the market but I really like this area. I've got a 50% line of a 4-hour wick. Got some other confluence here. Just want to see how we are. I might just try to turtle soup this area here and take it up for a long. And if it fills, it's going to be a very small stop loss. So I always try to get. What time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock. Get in. Really wanted to go here. I don't know how much is. I'm going to see how my stop is there. If I put it here, it's 23 points. Okay, I want to see if I can get a little bit lower and then I'll just below. Oh yeah, then my TP will be much higher, obviously. I will take it up from here, but even higher. Yeah, it will be a much longer trade though. Yeah, so I'm looking for a long in this area. And then I would say a short later on. But if I'm wrong, it's going to be a short. If it's going to break this area, the short is already here, but we'll see. I just want to see how we are reacting here. Oh, there's a lot of people already in the happy Friday, Mareth, to you too. Oh, you have yeah, no trading for you when you have Wi-Fi issue. Why the longs? Well, because we have a gap here, and this is a 15-minute bullish breaker, so I want to see if it's retesting the breaker. this candle took already this low here. It's already hit the end walk. So I would love to see it go into this fair value gap and then go lower. But then again, I could be wrong. So I'm just sort of like waiting how we're reacting here. And if so, we also have a 4-hour premium discount wick. So that means if we touch this, it might be a very nice retest. And then this would be the perfect retest area for me for a long. Doesn't get any better for me. And I want to really have a very small stop loss. So I really wanted to see, I'm going to wait for 2 o'clock to see if 2 o'clock digs a little bit deeper, but showing me willingness to go back up, and then I'll just market order in to take it up higher again. If this breaks down very quickly, then it will be a short for me, but I would rather I'll just wait then. But yeah, I think this is a nice area for a long, if it works, but I really need, I'm waiting for my confirmation. So let's wait. 159. Okay. I think I need to close the curtains. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, my love. It's extremely windy. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take the risk because it's a very small risk for me, and it's worth it. Just take it. It's gonna be. Gonna widen. It's just a paper trade for me still now, but it's a I mean, it doesn't mean I'm not serious about this. I just haven't been trading yesterday PM session either, so I just wanna make sure that my levels are. What time is it? 2 past 2. Yeah, I'm giving it some room. Okay. Two plus three. We have a lot of wind. Um, I hope the Wi-Fi stays on. There's a lot of wind, sort of stormy a little bit here, so Wi-Fi still good, but okay, might be a little bit too early here. We did target this high here. Let's see how it reacts. Hello, Chaos. How are you doing? Mr. Illiquidity, how are you doing? Okay. Yeah, I don't have I think the headache is gone. I actually forgot about it because I don't feel it anymore, so it is gone. Yeah. Um, I slept really well yesterday, so I think that might have helped. But I totally forgot about it. That means it's gone, right? I did take some medication though. I don't really believe in aspirin, but it does help, I think, sometimes when it's just really. But yeah, it's gone. I'm not feeling anything. Also, I think yesterday in the I did also have a little bit of a running nose. That also seems to be gone. So let's just hope it's gone. But it's weekend, so I can take a little bit more rest, I guess. So it's good. Okay. How are you doing? Yeah, you know that if I drink green tea, it makes me it makes me sometimes a little bit nauseated. Green tea, I do like it sometimes, but when it's too bitter, I sort of like I get nauseated from it. I know it's very healthy, but I also don't like rooibos tea here. It's typical South African tea. I'm not too crazy about that either, to be honest. I like the natural herb teas. We don't have a lot of them here. So I think I'll be stopped out on this one. Let's see. There we go. Okay, stopped out. I still don't trust this area. I would be a little bit hesitant with a short as well here. I prefer the long, but as you can see, I've been stopped out. We're at the low of the weekly range, so most likely it will go lower at some point. I just don't know if the time is there yet. Let me have a look at the 15. Yeah, I think we're just gonna wick because it's not at 1 standard deviation. Mm. Oh, that slow dripping. It's so ugly, right? Okay, so it's end of the week. We're almost at a low. We created the week. What time did we create the weekly low? Yesterday at 11. Um, we have our NWOG here. We hit that at midnight. So we are going back up. So a lot of liquidity created. Beautiful. We are in this daily fair value gap already. We hit the midpoint 20 July. You. I like you better. God damn it, now it's going up. Of course you are. Let's check out this level here. I still like the long, actually, to be honest, but I'm gonna wait for the short. I think we need to go higher to go lower. Um, what are you doing? What are you doing? Zero. Below this breaker. We reject it here. Take it slow and then go high. It's stopped out. It is what it is. I'll see if I can find another entry if it really gives me confirmation. I don't know why it went lower than that. Ah. Okay, I need to find another entry. I need to reassess. I got stopped out here and I just don't understand why, to be honest. It throws me off a little bit. I'm still convinced of the long, I just don't know why I got stopped out. I hate that. I don't mind being stopped out, but I hate when I don't know what's going on. I'm still convinced of my long entry, but I just don't know where to enter now. Um, God damn it. Sorry, guys. I swear, but What did I miss? Yeah, I mean, I'm still convinced about the long, but I just missed my entry. I just, this part threw me off a little bit. I think I'm going to get a quick coffee and go to the bathroom. Um, let's see if it really wants to push above this. Why didn't I enter here? Pum, 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 pum. What did I miss? What did I miss? Is this it? Is the breaker? Can I see it now? $6.50. Okay, yeah, I still like it. I still like the upside. I don't wanna be stopped out again. I just wanna be really, really sure. 650, 225. I don't like this though. But we are going lower at some point, obviously. I mean, we are bearish, but I don't believe the move to the downside is here yet. So that's why I'm trying to take a bullish trade. But maybe it's better for me to wait. But well, you guys know I'm bullish for now. It's perfect trade, 650. Yeah, I mean it's yeah. I just don't understand why I got stuck. I think I know now, but I just got confused here. Um, but that's okay. I mean, I don't mind being. It's a. But I'm more upset if I don't mind being stopped out, but I hate it when I'm wrong, and I don't know why. It's a bad thing. It's not a good thing to have. It's not good. I get really upset. So we are on the bottom 10%. So the question is, when will they break those lows, right, and make another low? This is going to be a tricky level because we've been here so many times. This is a daily fair value gap. We've been using this for months. I mean, we've gone back to it after months again. So we were here in this one here in 17th of July, but I believe we were here earlier as well. Let me have a look again on that daily. We tapped into it here, 9th of June. So we still have this gap above us. Eight, 7, 2. Let's see how it reacts here. Like I said, I don't like this gap. I'm gonna get a quick coffee. Yeah, I'm not gonna enter anything now. I'm just gonna wait. Just want to see how, if we really, I want to see displacement away from this area, either to the upside or to the downside. It's 0.5. What are you doing? When are you doing what you need to do? Um, Yeah, you have to be careful on days like this as well, because if it's so obvious, I'm sure some of you have noticed yesterday who tried to short at the New York Open. A lot of people got hammered because it just exhausts people, and there is the short is coming. It is coming at some point, but the question is when. The question is when. Okay, let me get my coffee quickly. The future still remains, Yeah, I mean, but it's they always do this. It was so obvious, right? Everybody saw the short, so they obviously want to do offset. And because you have to be very aware of days like that because it's been going lower. It was going lower since Asia yesterday. So who was making money? You also have to think who was the shorts, right? People were going short, so they obviously will try to offset those people, and they sure as hell did. We watched it. I was very interesting to watch it because I said, yeah, I'm not interested. We took like the trade in the opening range gap, 90 points done, and then I literally already said, listen, those short, it's not going to be an easy one. And man, even just watching it was really like, even it got me very upset. Even I wasn't in a trade, I was like, ooh, it's so horrible. Okay, let me get my coffee quickly. But it's low probability again. It's just low probability area again. It's just want to be careful now. We stay below the original consolidation here, which is sort of good, but we still have. We took out this liquidity already. A 4-hour bearish. You want to see expansion to the downside. In this daily fair value gap, we already hit this end wall. It's just going to create another small wick. See, there's a gap here on the 4-hour, just above these highs here. A very tiny one though, but it's there. It is there. It's almost similar price action as to New York session, right? People get a deja vu. It's a deja vu. New York AM session-ish. Think it's short. People are trying. People are so convinced, and they get screwed up all the time by keep trying, and they get more anxious. They get angry. It's not moving. I've been there. I know how it feels. So I just I'm just so happy that I stay out of that BS. And even though at some point it moves, I'm just already fed up with that price action. It moved about 200 points, but is it worth it after so much stress, right? I think next week will be a nice week. It's just time distortion. I'm gonna get a coffee, guys. It's 2:36. Do not, again, guys, do not pee or do anything before the macro, right? So do it now. Go pee now. Get your coffee now. Be back before 2:50. I'll be back. Back, back. How's it going with the price action? Still shitty. Um, yeah. Was it you, Mr. Chaos, who went to the bathroom yesterday, right? And you missed your entry during the macro. Well, let's see now. Question is, I just want to check the news again for next week. I think it's Wednesday. We have FOMC, right? Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, there is yellow folder news. Flash manufacturing PMI. Wasn't that used to be red folder news PMI? Manufacturing PMI? Am I confused? That is so weird. I'm sure that used to be red folder news and PMI. Maybe I have to go back and like. I have no excuse that I have a headache to use that my brain is not working today. So I'm using the excuse of coffee. Okay, Monday, 8:30. Also, only yellow folder, durable. Okay, I think you were consumer confidence on Tuesday. Orange. We'll consider that red folder. I always treat the orange folder sort of same-ish, but it just has a little bit less volatility then. But sometimes it's still, some red folder news lately hasn't reacted at all, right? Or is very little. And then orange goes berserk. Yeah, okay, so it's Wednesday, 29th of July, the FOMC statement. Ooh, I like that. FOMC. Okay, so literally, actually, nothing really interesting until next Wednesday. But you know, guys, time goes so fast. You just blink your eyes and it's already next Friday. So we have to be aware that we blink our eyes before it's Wednesday. We don't miss FOMC. It's so weird. Every week I'm like, oh my God, it's Friday already. I can't believe how fast these weeks, how fast it goes. It's just crazy. Okay, let me see if I can open the curtain, get some natural light inside. I think it's still too low. We'll see. Okay. So I'm watching this actually. Let's say ES gets to this event horizon. I think that's where it will stop the movement to the downside. So I think I'll just watch how far down MNQ wants to go. To see how it reacts when ES. I think that might be a nice SMT maybe. Again, I don't know if you guys notice, a lot of the time when you want to position yourself, it's like 130-ish. A lot of the time it gives you the only entry that sort of like gives you the safer area to position yourself and let this bullshit just go back and forth without being stopped out. So the moment you start at 2 o'clock here, you know, it gets really close to your stop again. If you would go short, for example. Yeah, it looks like it wants to go low, but for me, it's low probability. Why? Because of ES. I mean, it's just, we are already in a daily fair value gap. Look, if I would target something, I would target a daily fair value gap or something that is a higher time frame period. But because we're already in it and we're bouncing in and out of it, it's sort of like for me not interesting because I would like to trade it towards it. But obviously, the stream started at 2. We start right here at that 50% of that 4-hour wick. We go below it, we wick above it. So yeah, it looks more bearish than bullish. But we're also already in this higher time frame period, so that's why it doesn't have my interest at the moment because I'm like, yeah, we're in it already. So once it's in one of those higher time frame PD arrays, it can go back and forth within the certain percentage of that PD array before really making a nice move to the further into it, right? We hit the event horizon, so the midpoint is here. So I really want to see this first, how we react here. I would rather wait for displacement and then maybe in pre-market it goes back into it and then get continuation. So you have confirmation. For now, I think maybe that 130, like I said, would have been the better entry, and then you can, you know, you have more room. But again, it's so slow. I don't feel very sorry. I missed this, but we have a very small gap here. I wonder if it wants to wick back into that, but we'll see. If it goes lower, I mean, I would love to see it really displace, go fast, and I'm not in it, and then I'm fine with that because I would rather miss that one, and then I wait for that nice retracement, and then I have a better feeling, for example, for what else to target. Because we're in this very important PD array already, I'm like, yeah, we're in it already. I should have targeted it at 130 to this event horizon. That would be a nice trade, but that was already, that played out already. I just want to see what ES does. So this is for me just playing around in a specific area. Did anyone position themselves in Asia? I mean, that's even the better trade, I guess. How many points is this ES? For 3 points for ES to be there. Okay, let's see what it does. Macro starting. Price will spool. Yeah, me too. I'm also sleeping in Asia. I try to sleep in Asia. I try also not to watch the chart in Asia, but sometimes I do. But yeah. Oh, who's calling now? Ara speaking. Hello? How are you? Who's speaking? Oh, sorry, guys, I need to take the phone. Who's this? Okay, that was a wrong number. I'm expecting some important call, so I just had to make sure if that was not it. Okay. No, it was in. No, these numbers. Somebody owned this number before me, and I sometimes still get calls. I think she has some debts or something, because or insurance issues. Because every time they call me, and I said, no, this is not Suzanne. So Suzanne has some issues, or she doesn't pay her bills. I don't know. So I think Suzanne had my number before I had it. So every time it's Suzanne. I'm like, no, not Suzanne. Okay, guys, I'm so glad I'm not in this bullshit. Um, see how far up it wants to go. ES 252. I don't expect the 4 hour to become bullish. I mean, that will be foolish, right, to think, but. The 4 hour. You see, if you try short all the time and your entry is not like here or maybe very a bit higher, they try to offset those short-term shorts if you get in too late. They wick it up again. Um, we wicked into this. We're gonna use most likely this area for ES. And we're gonna go back into this wick here. Could be that we're gonna go back up here. This is a bearish order block that we keep on using. Let me see this one. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep using this one until they have effed everybody up again. So especially the midpoint is here. Yeah, you see this little gap here that I marked? I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna use that again. Because they haven't gapped into it. See this one here? It's right over here. And it is I have a guard, yeah. Stay afloat. 366. But they know if I'm home. I mean, they can, it's very easy to see here if people are home because their cars are here or they can easily tell. It's not really that much of a, that's how they know. I mean, they always know when people, or when it's, people are on holiday, when there's no lights for a long time. And most of the time it's an inside job. We always say it's the gardener. The gardeners they know everything. The gardeners know everything. Poor gardeners. They get the blame. Pum, 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 pum. Oh, oh, oh. London opening in 3 minutes. London opening in 3 minutes. Be careful with the shorts for those who think it's going to be short. It might spike up. Two, 5, 8. I have visited India. Yes, I did actually. I was there for a couple of times. My first travel was 6 weeks. There we go. Let's see if it wants to spike a little bit higher. Almost open. I hope no one is trying those shorts all the time. Just wait. I mean, it's just so. It's similar to yesterday's New York session. It will go back and forth before it's really ready to move. Almost open 22nd. Hey. No, I'm not always right. Not always, but and if I'm wrong, it's always a learning moment for myself, right? I'm okay. You know what's more important for me? It's being able to stay out of the market if it's not favorable for me. So that's my biggest win. So I got stopped out on that long ride, for example, but it also told me that the market was low probability for me. So it was actually a good question. Someone asked, why not short? But actually, it was actually not a long or a short at that time. But because I didn't see the short, I thought it was a long. I didn't see the short yet because I have a short bias. That I mean, we all see that is we're in a bearish trend at the moment. But it was also not the long at that time. So both were actually incorrect, right? But me being stopped out was actually giving me the signal, okay, you know what? I don't see the long, or the long is being stopped out. So that gives me intel that I was off timing. But I also already, yeah, the short is not there yet. So, but you want to make something work, right? So it just told me, back off, stay out of it. Let it just do its thing until it shows you that it's really ready to move, right? But I hate it when I can't make logic out of it, but sometimes it is manual override, and it's just I call it the FU algo. It just goes back and forth to, and there's no logic to it. There is none. They just distort. They just create liquidity on both sides to use later. But I mean, it's not a bullish market, right? At the moment, we really want to see this break. But then again, you have to be aware that it's so logical. Everybody can see the bearish movement. So what are they doing? They're going to try. And now I think this move can go up here, the 610. Let's see if it wants to go higher. It's actually a really nice move. Very clean. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's going up, up, up. Nicely. It hit Asia low. Is it Asia low, right? Yeah, Asia low. Or maybe it wants to go all the way back to the daily open. I'm not in it, guys. I'm not in it. If it goes all the way up to my initial trade, that I'm a little bit upset, but then it's mine. Here we go. Anyone in that long? Beautiful long. I have no position at all. Not even a paper trade, but I really like it. Oh, I think this might have been my trade, to be honest. It's just I'm too unsure about this market now. 680. Oh, 660. Yeah. 612. What time is it? How many points would that be if I would trade that to this little imbalance? Could go even higher. 612, I went too long. 615. I really like the long now to 612-ish, but actually even higher. S doesn't have to. Just wick into it. It's just not as clean as I wanted to see. But look, it left all this. I think it's maybe better to wait for the short. Piece 12. Daily opening might be too high, but maybe not. 2.5, 6. Um, yeah, you have to take if you're in a green trade, take profits fast. That's a good way to just don't have too much too large of a trade. That's also my biggest thing in London. When my TP is too high, those ranges are easier in New York because it just moves faster to specific levels, and in London, it doesn't do that a lot of the times. We have more moves in between. So sometimes the levels are used in London, and if it doesn't hit it, you can see that those are used then in New York. They're still valid, but they're just too much to ask for in that specific time window. I like this long. Should I take another paper trade? I don't want to have another losing trade. Yeah, I'm just gonna paper trade for now because I already have an L on paper. I treat it just equally the same. Now it's the end of. This is a very small trade. This is that level. This is that little gap. Now the thing is, can it go there and even higher? Or are we going to reject here and go lower again? It's also a possibility. So I'm going to bring it to break even. Because if we reject here, I'm going to be stopped out very fast. So then it's not a losing trade. So this is a level that I can see, but once I start going higher than here, I think we can go higher. And that was my initial trade, which I got stopped out here. I got stopped out here, right? Yeah, I was too early. Then it wanted to go to midnight, but I just want to make sure it wants to go higher from here and just maybe wick into this little volume imbalance. Or are we going to reject straight here? But come on, you want to hit this. Okay. I think this was my initial trade. I think we can manage to. Okay, we're here at this little imbalance now. It's gonna blast through it. It's for sure long. Okay. I got stopped out here. I was 1 hour too early for my long. $152. $6.45. I'm gonna lower it to $6.45 here. I'm gonna take any risk. It's about 2 standard deviations. Let's see if we can hit that 50% of this wick. Mr. Liquidity, you're so cute when you say that you're going to do a shopping or stuff like that. It's so funny. I like that. You're gonna get some milk. That is so cute. I have no, to be honest, when I framed the first long, I think my level was around here because I think we are capped. I mean, it's not really, we're not in a bullish market, yes, but like I said, I think we need to go higher first to go lower. So I got stopped out here and I was confused, like, why am I stopped out here? Because it doesn't make sense. To me, obviously, it's my lack of knowledge. Now, my direction was correct, but I still need to figure out exactly what I missed, why I thought I had but it needed to go lower a little bit more before it gave this long, which I believe is necessary before we can go short. But I believe we are kept to the upside. I don't think I'm not expecting a large move in the sense of, but who knows? I mean, who knows? Well, my first initial thought was I wanted to see go into this 4 hour FUG, then go lower, which is possible, but I don't know if it wants to do that. But if it starts pushing really hard, if it goes over this level, it might. But then again, we also have an imbalance here. It really went through this one like a knife through hot butter. Okay, let's see. That level has been tapped. Okay, boom. Long taken. Now the only thing I still have, I need to journal it and go back. Why this is incorrect. It pisses me off. Look at ES. Now let's see how price behaves here at 6. I want to see this volume imbalance here. But you see, guys, you have to be very, when it's so obvious, especially when you're at the low and you already have this event horizon, you're already in a daily, like I said, this is a daily fair value gap. The moment you start hitting those really higher time frame PDRAs, you have to be very careful because especially with a combination like this, it doesn't give you any high probability trades to the downside. Now, obviously, I'm still higher time frame bearish, yes, but I would rather take a short from if it can get up here, or maybe really show me it doesn't really want to go higher. It's starting rejecting either from this imbalance or something. I need something better to take short of. I'm not going to short from here at 2 o'clock when we are literally already touching this higher time frame PDRA. And sometimes I will have to miss a trade if it goes all the way from here. It continues, but you see what happens here, right? It's just not ready to move to the downside yet. Now I'm sure it will go lower at some point today, but maybe not. I don't want to say I'm sure because you're never sure. You never know. It's Friday, that is the thing about Friday. I always try to make more scenarios, A, B, C, D, or not A, B, C, D, just A and B, and maybe sometimes a C. And then still they come up with another. I'm like, oh wow, that's a new one. I never thought about that one. And most of the times, one of them is sort of like, you're sort of like it comes close to it or whatever. But on Friday, hell no. I'm always expecting to be surprised. Okay. We could go all the way back up to here. It could be. Um, how many trades, how many points was that trade if I would have taken it from here? About 100. Okay. Yeah, I was bullish from the start, but I got stopped out here. I tried already to enter, but it was too early. It needed to go lower, to go higher. But yeah, I'm still convinced we need to go higher to go lower. Just trying to want to know what my level would be for a short. Mm, yeah, I think the daily open is in play again. I don't. I would really, or maybe just not. Let's see. It just reach. We really hit that though. Let's say 680. I would like 680. Let's see if we can get there. Okay. Oh, my just winged. Crazy. Let's go 2.5 standard deviations. That will be fine. 680-ish. Let's see how it reacts. Is 680 matches that imbalance here? Yeah, let's say 690. I really like this imbalance, but maybe we're capped. I don't know. I'm not sure how high it wants to go. Um, ES took Asia high, by the way. We did not on NQ, did we not? No, Asia high is here. So, well, I guess if AES did it, NQ wants it well as well. Not always. There you go. Beautiful. Market maker model. Original consolidation, sell side, buy side, with a lot of time distortion in between. Mm. Let's see. Good morning, ND Nim. I hope I pronounce it correct. I'm always struggling with your name. Mr. Liquidi, I got some discount today from the shopkeeper. Oh, that is so sweet. That is so nice from the shopkeeper. It's always nice when somebody gives you a discount, right? I always enjoy that too. I actually, at the pet store, she said, "Oh, I'm going to give you senior discount," and I was like, "Senior discount?" She says, "Yeah, just because I like you, but that's the only discount I actually have." And I was like, "Well, it's actually an insult, but I take it happily." So I get senior discount at the pet store, and it just makes my day every day when I go there. I just feels like, okay, well, you just buy more stuff, right? So she makes more money anyway. It's a very good marketing tool. I'll give you discount so you spend more money. So it's my first senior discount. I'll take it any day. If it gives me discount, I'll be 75 if they want me to. I don't care. Yeah, but you also have to be aware. Sometimes it's not really a discount, right? Sometimes they just jack up the prices and then they give you a discount. But it just always, I don't know, if it always feels nice. I fall for that trap, and I'm willing to fall for that trap. I mean, I always appreciate entrepreneurs or people who start a business. And if I want to support them, I buy there because when you buy something somewhere, no, obviously not a normal supermarket, but when it's a smaller store like a pet store, you already you want them to make money because there's many choices of pet stores, but especially those they're animal lovers. I mean, I don't think anyone would start a pet store if they don't like animals. So already some I already like the person because they like animals, but then also some people you want to support. So even though when they give you a a discount and it's not really a discount, I still don't mind. Oh, my voice. Well, Mr. Liquidity, I still need to do some journaling to figure out why I was. The analysis was correct. My timing was off here, definitely, right? I wasn't too early. But yeah, it's a very nice thing to sometimes to. It's a good thing sometimes being stopped out, but still stick to your. It didn't change my bias, right? I kept saying I still think we need to go higher, to go lower. But I did. I was just, I was confused. I started to get confused here and I was like, am I wrong? And then you start looking at different things. But then again, it is always a question. Like Mr. Chaos, we talked about it. It's a question is, am I too early or am I wrong? And sometimes you just don't know. And then the only thing you can do is stay out until you have confirmation. Because you don't want to get in when you're wrong again and have another losing trade. But even though you do that, still, if you manage your risk, it still shouldn't be an issue. But it's always like the question, like, okay, am I wrong or is it just my timing? Because if it's just timing, you can get back in. But this was an hour difference, right? Almost. But in an hour, when you watch price action, you start getting, I don't want to say confused, but you start doubting your analysis sometimes. And in hindsight, it is just. But that's why on stream I want to say my bias because then you guys hold me accountable for what I'm. I mean, I can't hide behind what I said, right? What I say, and it's always it's on stream because it helps me. Like sometimes when I go back on my word, I'm like, yeah, but why am I changing my bias? No, you said it. You're bullish. Yeah, we have to go up to go down. But then and I remind myself then, oh yeah, you said that, but why are you changing your bias? Right? Why? Because just it's not doing what you wanted to do, just because your timing is off. But it's you see how beautifully it went to Asia low, which also had midnight. So it's a very nice algorithmic level. So that makes sense that it didn't go low higher up to here. But now look here, this is a beautiful devil's mark. I think it's a devil's mark. Let me check. Yeah, beautiful. It left a very beautiful algorithmic signature here. Low and the open, same price. Yeah, exactly the same. So there's no wick here. It's beautiful. So I guess maybe that's also if you have such a beautiful level below it with midnight and Asia low, obviously that will be the draw. It makes sense, right? I mean, there's nothing here. Yeah, it's an order block, but I mean, this is much stronger. So And in him, I don't have to look at the 4 hour. I was bullish already at 2 a.m. I was bullish at 2. I already was trying to go up at 2 a.m. So I was just waiting for the right move. So I don't need to look at the 4 hour. I already saw the 4 hour before you. I don't know what time you started watching, but I was already bullish at 2 a.m. here. But in all fairness, I don't know if we're gonna make it into this 4 hour fair value gap. I wonder if it really wants to go that high. I would love to see that though. If it will make that, I would definitely go short from there. But I don't know if we can make that. That would be my preference, but it looks to me also that we're just building liquidity, take it lower, and then the TGIF, the end of the weekly range, might bring it up into there, or maybe even, well, it's 40%, it's a little bit high. You also have to think about the weekly range now, right? Because we are around the 20-30%. The moment we start going over 40 and 50, it might not want to take out the low anymore because it's already Friday. I would think it might want to take another low because we're so close to it. But if it starts going up here, I don't know if it really wants to take out the low, but we'll see. I'm not convinced of this of the fair value gap at the moment. It doesn't have to do it. Shaved bodies. Oh, you mean shaved bodies? You mean a devil's mark? Is that a shaved body? Is that what you call? It's a lack of liquidity. It's a lack of manipulation, right? So they're leaving. You see, and this is very interesting. What I really love to see, you have it 2 times here. 2 times, right? This one here and this one here. So that's also like a draw. It's a draw. Yeah, so today is not really a nice beach day with so much wind, to be honest, so I won't be going to the beach. I do want to have a nice walk. I prefer not to mention the devils. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. It is just how they call it. D mark. We'll call it D mark from now on then. It's actually a good thing there, so it should actually have a different word. I agree with you because it really helps you, um, especially on the higher time frame, right? Especially if a 4 hour or a 1 hour. You want to mark those because it's you can consider it a draw on liquidity. Markets, especially the wicks, right? They were drawn to, especially a manipulation. Like, for example, on 9:30, wick could go into it and then boom, go back up, for example. So I literally trade them as TPs or actually entry points. Not so much on the lower time frame, but and not these when they are in between. Like for example, when you have these here, they're like in a sequence. I don't find those very interesting because it can just go through them. But those on the bottom with a wick next to it, ooh, I love those. And the higher the better. We don't have any on the lower time frame, I believe, on the higher time frame. So the daily candle, we'll see how far up it wants to go. We do have a gap here. Wednesday to Thursday. We'll see. We're just gonna see how much up it wants to go in pre-market. I would almost now think because ES took out Asia high and Q will follow, but then again, it does not have to. It does not have to. And Q seems to be the slow, the sick sister. I would say the sick brother. I gave NQ my cold from yesterday and my headache, I guess. So now NQ is a little bit slow. But yeah, I think we're still bullish to a certain degree. Yeah. 660, did it reach 660? Yes, it tapped exactly into 660. Beautiful. And now accumulating. Yeah, there's not that much to do, I would say. I don't think there's much to trade now because of I'm just thinking, yeah, I think the only thing that if we do get into this fair value gap, that will be maybe an area to short. But on the other hand, I'm just wondering if it just, it could also just start to go higher again. You also have to remember TGIF, so the TGIF doesn't have to start in New York. It could start now as well. So think about this, right? Okay, now we created the low here. We took out the low here. What time was this? At Asia. And then we go back into, so if we start to go over all these levels here, let's say over 40%, I'm not so convinced we go all the way back down again, but so I would rather not have this being tagged. Because the thing, if we go back to 30-40% of the range, we could just accumulate the remaining day. Just futz around in this fair value gap. It's a possibility. Then might be the weekly objective, right? It just go higher, it goes back into the range, and we go back into the range of the weekly candle. Because technically we took out a low here. Asia took yesterday's low. So this could be the start of the TGIF. It could. Which means we go into the weekly range. So I prefer it not to go higher and go back lower, take out another low, and then make a TGIF. So back into the weekly range. Let's see, Monday. How many points is this? We are see, we're only 210 points away from this low and this one. So it would be nice if we grab these two today. It's only 200 points away. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know what to do now. Or let's say the long, I already got out the long, I don't have any runners. I do think we could go to the Asia high because ES already did it, but it doesn't have to do so. If we go Asia high, we are definitely going into this. I think it was a weekly, yeah, it was a daily imbalance here. So daily volume imbalance. Let me just mark it correctly. And then we'll see a pre-market again. I mean, I think we might have a nice pre-market. But on Friday, I really want to be fast in my trading. I really want to be done before 10 o'clock, preferably. So on pre-market prep, maybe I'll start earlier to see if we get pre-market trade and just be done. Because if it starts, if it hits its weekly objective, it just goes back and forth on Friday. You know, you don't want to be in anything anymore. You just want to be done. So we'll see. Yeah. So just a little recap of this session. Let me go. So the 150 macro, we started going lower. We stopped here, but there was a draw that was midnight and the Asia low, and that spooled towards it in the 3 a.m. New York, London open. So then we spooled from London open, it just went higher. The question is now, will NQ also draw towards Asia high like ES has done already? Or is NQ going to leave that for much later? If NQ doesn't do it, it might be a trade for New York or pre-market. It could be, it could leave it for much later. If we go up here, how many points is this to draw lower? 888. And then take out this low is 400. I could do that. Okay. So maybe go into this 4 hour and then go back lower and then go back into the range. Possible. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on NQ to see how it's behaving. And hopefully we'll get some... Oh, Mr. Liquidity, you're joining the pre-market prep. Welcome. So pre-market prep, I have a totally different approach there. I'm very aggressive in my trading. Mr. Liquidity, are you in Discord? Because I need to add you in the Discord tab as well. Make sure to send me a DM on the Discord so I can manually add you to the Discord tab, okay? Okay, you go. Okay. Well, yeah, please do, because sometimes when I don't stream, I keep you updated there. But it's just fast. We want to be done ASAP. We don't want to sit too long into the market. I sometimes do stream longer just to watch the market, but I tend to give back money then if I do that. So anyway, you don't have to download it, by the way. I think you can also do it in the from web browser. Anyway, okay, guys. Andy Nim, I'm watching the Thursday 21:55 and Friday 1:50 5-minute IFEGs for continuation long. Yeah, Let me point out what he's saying because I think it's a good point. The 21:55, nice time by the way. 21:55 should be here somewhere. $21.55 and the 150. I think the 150 should be here. Yeah, I don't even have to look at the time and I already know what you're looking at. You know, I like the 150, but I mean, you can also use this as a breaker almost. But this is more a mitigation block. This one, this little thing here. I would rather use this one here as a mitigation block. If it goes below this one, it's sort of invalidating this one already. Look, we have a large, look at this 15-minute imbalance. It's large, it's huge, and it's sort of like telling you it's sort of bullish for now, right? This is a huge 15-minute candle, 15-minute CB. This is a huge one. I mean, be careful with being too bearish too soon because we might use this as a trampoline and go higher into this Asia range, Asia high, yeah, because ES already took it. Well, anyway, well, Mr. Liquidity, I'll see you later on to this morning. I might start earlier because it's Friday. But yeah, for those pre-market preppers, we'll see each other later on. And guys, it's already weekend. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. For those that I won't see today anymore, because it's weekend already, I will see you next Monday. And I wish everyone a very, very good weekend. If you made money this weekend, only go for A plus. Don't give anything back to the market. Be okay with Friday. You know, you just don't know. Sometimes Friday can be really, really hard trading wise. We already had quite a rough week, so be very vigilant. I'm also going to be very risk off today because it looks like it wants to go lower, but you see already what it did, right? It looks so obvious, the shorts, but it's just, but let's see if it wants to go in here. And if it does, I'm just not sure if we will go all the way back down again, but who knows? We'll see. We'll just see. It might just wants to wick. Maybe New York Open just wicks into it and goes lower straight away. But yeah, it might be a tricky day, but we'll see. Maybe it's a very good day. Sometimes it's a very good day. Hey Jay, yeah, see you later. Mr. Liquidity, we have I love our community here. We have such a nice little cute, friendly, safe community. And guys, I'm gonna make a tab. Like I said yesterday, I will make a new tab in the Discord outside the normal NQ, outside the normal, and it's just for if you feel like you want to just share that you are, you know, feel like you're going on tilt or revenge trading and share also what you did on the trade because it can really help you. And I'm just gonna make it, and it's a place of respect for each other. It's not judgment. And if I see anyone calling someone out and being disrespectful, you'll be banned straight away. But I really want to create the safe space that we have on chat, because we shared a lot. And I haven't seen Lance. Hey, by the way, I haven't seen Mether again today. Mether, if you're here, I'm on live chat, but let me just double check. Just want to make sure that, yeah, I'm on live chat. I haven't seen Mether all week. Mether, if you're here, could you give us a sign of life, please? I haven't seen Mether, so I'm getting worried now about Mether a little bit. I hope he's doing fine. I don't think he's here. He would always say something, but I haven't seen him all week almost. Mr. Chaos, we have to send some German troops to find to make sure that Mether is okay. Yeah, where's Mether? We miss you. Yeah, have a great weekend, Mareth. You too. What was I saying? Yeah, I think I'll make the tab, and it's really a place of support, right? If you, because I think we can learn a lot when we feel like we are doing something, like either being maybe over emotional when you lose a trade, because being over emotional is also something that is something you need to address, because you need to be okay being stopped out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna add a tab. Guys, if you wanna have me help me with how can I name the tab? So it's really for like when you feel like you are over trading, you are revenge trading, and you want to share. You feel like you want to share, or you feel like you want to have some support from other, like, hey, listen, I think I'm doing this, and it's supposed to be a support tab, and people can relate. It's about showing what you are. You know, you're doing something that might not help you, something like that. So help me. Yeah, I'm just thinking, and I really want to make something that can widen the little support, the support that we do on stream during the chat. I want to do that in the Discord as well. So it's really like ongoing. We can do it also outside the stream, because we have done it a lot. And actually Lance isn't here now. I haven't seen him, but he sort of initiated it by being very honest about what he's doing, and it takes guts to be that honest. And I noticed that a lot of people also came out after he did, and some other people also did it, but I mean, he was really sharing some real life struggles that kept also him from, you know, improving his trading. And it really gave a lot of, it really initiated a lot of people coming forward as well, what they have, and myself as well. So I think I want to continue that in the Discord, but I also want to make it low. It shouldn't be too heavy, but something, okay, listen, guys, I'm doing this, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it helps that if you feel like you are being held accountable by other people, that might prevent some things, or you feel like, okay, let me share, you know, sharing it also helps. But yeah, I want to find a good name for it, for the tab. So let's do that. We're going to do it. But I think it's a good thing to do, right? We don't have to name it, damned, I fucked up, or hold my beer, I got this. Okay. Damn, I fucked up. Or I'm going to help, I'm going to. No, yeah, well, we're trying to do it like, you know, we try to, actually, the tab should be to prevent you to further. You're almost effed up, so you can feel it, it's going to happen. So I want the tab to be used like, uh-oh, I feel like I am almost going into that. So it's sort of like, I want to give it the function, either you effed up, but also for people like, oh my god, I think I am going to, which, you know, maybe it's a question like, oh, I have a losing trade, I feel I want to get back in, is it wise, but I'm not sure if my, you know, something like that. But yeah, we'll work it out. Mr. Chaos. You guys are so funny. Anyway, guys, yeah, we'll leave it here. Let the market just do its thing. But be aware, we have a large 15-minute candle. And I think on ES it's even larger. For ES, it's really a huge candle. It is massive. It is a massive candle. So bullish. until, I'm not sure at the moment, but we'll see. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Pre-market prepper, see you in a few hours. Anyone else? Maybe see you later in the Discord. And next week, Monday again, FOMC week, guys. We love it. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. And next week, I will start with the collaboration, the official collaboration. So I'm also looking forward to that. New things starting, building on a stronger community, building community-wise, building on a foundation. Yeah, everything is just perfect. Thank you, guys. I love you so much. I really do. You guys are so awesome. And we have such an awesome community. I just can't thank you guys enough. Bye-bye.